Welcome back to Tutorifyx TV, and today you are going to learn how to multiply multi-digit numbers using both the area model and the standard algorithm. Let's get into it. Now, before we get started, I want to make sure you have a solid understanding of your multiplication facts. I should be able to ask you, what is 7 times 7? You should say 49. All right, what is 8 times 3? 24. All right, last one, what is 9 times 7? 63. Now, if you said those facts quickly, you're going to do just fine with these two strategies. However, if you struggle just a little bit, I highly recommend you going back and practicing those fast facts so that you're able to grasp this concept pretty quickly. I would hate for you to have to use a strategy like the equal group strategy or the array strategy on top of doing the area model and the standard. It's going to be a lot. So it helps to have those facts in your head and have a solid foundation. All right, I'm going to test to see how well you know your multiplication facts. Are you ready? All right, I want you to shout out the answer as loud as you can when it hits the screen. Are you ready? Here we go. 4 times 9. You better know this one. 36. Awesome job. All right, I got another one for you. 8 times 3. 24. Okay, keep it up, keep it up. 6 times 2. It's 12. Awesome, learners. I'm stepping it up just a notch. What's 80 times 2? You should have gotten 160. Whoop, whoop. All right, let's keep it going. Last one, finish strong. 70 times 5. I'll give you a hint. What's 7 times 5? Add the 0. 350. Whoop, 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 whoop. Oh, you guys are so smart. Keep it up. I think we're ready for the area model. Let's jump into it. Here I have 3 times 15. I must first decompose the number into tens and ones. Then I multiply each pair and then add the partial products together. So let's see what that looks like. I'm going to take that 3 and I'm going to put it alongside my area model here. I can't break apart that 3 into tens and ones because it's only in the ones place. So there are no tens there. But guess what? I can break apart that 2-digit number into tens and ones. How many ones do I have? 5. Good job. How many tens do I have? 10. 10 plus 5 is 15. Now, I'm going to put a multiplication symbol right here at the corner because it's going to help me remember to multiply. Now that I added and I decomposed my numbers, I have 3 times 10 left to solve. What is 3 times 10? 30. Good job. And then I'm going to go across. What is 3 times 5? 15. You see how it helps when you know those facts off the top of your head? Last step is to add the partial products. So I'm going to add 30 plus 15. 5 plus 0 is 5. And 3 plus 1 is what? You guessed it, 4. 45 is my answer. Not too bad, right? Let's take it a step further. Here I have 8 times 436, a single-digit number multiplied by a 3-digit number. Same rules apply. You're going to keep that 8 because you can't decompose that into tens and ones and hundreds. I know that I can decompose the 436. What's the value of the 4? 400. Plus the value of the 3, 30, and then the value of the 6. I wrote it in expanded form. Now I'm going to multiply. 8 times 4 is 3,200 or 3,200. 8 times 30 is 240. And lastly, 8 times 6 is 48. Last step, add them all together. So I'm going to write 3,200 plus 240 plus 48. Notice I lined up my digits in the correct place value. That is so important. 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 8. 4 plus 4, 8. 2 plus 2, 4. And then bring down the 3. 3,488. That wasn't too bad, was it? If you're ready for even more of a challenge, take a look at the next problem. This time I have a 3-digit number multiplied by a 2-digit number. Now I need to first decompose both numbers. Same rule applies from the last slide. Don't think it's anything different. The first thing you need to do is break apart those two numbers. So I need to have 50 here and 4 here because 50 plus 4 is 54. Now break apart that 127 at the top. Good, you should have gotten 100 plus 20 plus 7. Now we're going to multiply. 50 times 100, 5,000. 50 times 20 is 1,000. 50 times 7, 350. 100 times 4, I'm on that last row, 400. 20 times 4, 80. And then, of course, 7 times 4 is 28. When I add all of those numbers together, I should have gotten 6,858. Now that was a challenge. Let's keep going. For the last area model equation, we're going to finish off with multiplying 2 digits by 2 digits. It's the same rule. The first thing you should do is decompose the two numbers. Well, 32. What's the value of the 3? 30. Plus the value of the 2 is 2. Then 41, the value of the 4 is 40. Plus the 1. Next, we multiply them together. 40 times 30, 1,200 or 1,200. 30 times 1 is 30. 40 times 2 is 80. And then 2 times 1 is 2. Last step is to add them all together. So 1,200 plus 30 plus 80 plus 2. Remember, it is so important that you line your digits up properly in order to get the right answer. 0 plus 0 plus 0 plus 2 is 2. 8 plus 3 is 11. Carry the 1, of course. 2 plus the 1 we carried is 3. Bring down that 1. 1,312. Whoop, 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 whoop. That wasn't too bad, was it? All right. I think you guys are ready for the standard algorithm. Let's see. If you thought that was easy, you might be ready for the standard algorithm. So here I have 46 times 8. It's just written horizontally, but I'm going to stack it and attack it just like you see here. Okay, so before I get started, you want to make sure your ones are lined up with your ones and your tens are lined up with your tens. Now, I think I'm ready. I need to multiply my ones first. 6 times 8. 6 times 8 is 48. So I'm going to write the 8, carry the 4. Are you with me? All right, the last step is to go diagonally. 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. And 32 plus 4 is 36. Awesome job. All right, let's take it a step further. Now here I have 2 digits times 2 digits. This one is very tricky and you want to make sure you have enough space on your paper to do your work. Because if it's all bludged in together, it's not going to be able to come out right. So you want to make sure you have clear space when solving a 2 by 2 multiplication problem with standard algorithm, okay? So I'm just going to do a quick rundown of what to do first. So you want to multiply your ones place first, and then you want to go across. Next, you're going to go diagonally across with that 1 and that 3 in the ones place. And then you're going to finish off with multiplying the tens together. I know that visual could be a little confusing. However, once you get in the hang of the routine, it'll become second nature. I'm going to start off multiplying my ones place. 5 times 3. That is 15. Carry the 1. Then I'm going to multiply that 5 with that 2 in the tens place. I'm going to go diagonally across. 5 times 2 is 10 plus the 1 that we carried is 11. You should have gotten 115 as the first partial product. Now, I need to put down an invisible placeholder, this 0. It is very important that you put this placeholder here or else your answer will not be correct. So whenever you go down to that second partial product, put that 0 there first. Now that I have that 0 there, I'm going to go across, multiply that 1 with the 3 in the ones place. 3 times 1 is 3. And lastly, finish off with multiplying my two tens together. 2 times 1 is 2. making sure my place values and my digits align. 5 plus 0 is 5. 3 plus 1 is 4. And 2 plus 1 is 3. You should have gotten 345. Easy peasy, right? I'm taking it up even more of a notch. 213 times 45. Whoa, a 3-digit by a 2-digit. Oh, can I do it? I think I can. All right, same rules apply. Watch me slowly, okay? I'm going to do a quick visual so that you have a better understanding before I jump into it. So you want to multiply your ones place first. That number 45 is going to be multiplied by each digit in the top number. Watch what I do here. Multiply your ones place first. Notice that 5 and that 3 are going to be multiplied together. Next, I'm going to multiply the tens place in that top number with the number 5. So I'm going to circle those two numbers together because that's what's being multiplied next. Then I'm going to multiply that 5 with the 2. Just like I said previously, that bottom number is going to be multiplied by each digit in the top. After that, you do the same thing with the 4. You're going to multiply the 4 with the 3 in the ones place. Then you're going to multiply the 4 with the 1 in the tens place. And lastly, multiply the 4 with the 2 in the hundreds place. Literally a pattern. Let's try it. So 5 times 3 is first. 5 times 3 gives me 15. Carry the 1. Next, I'm going to go diagonally, multiplying that 5 times the 1. 5 times 1 is 5, plus the 1 we carried is 6. Now I have to multiply that 5 by the 2 in the hundreds place. 5 times 2 is 10. Now, I love to erase my work at the top so that my work is clean and I don't get confused when I forget that I added something or that I forgot to take something away. It just makes it easier. So before I jump down to that 4, I need to do a placeholder. Make your placeholder your invisible 0. Next, I'm going to do 4 times 3. That gives me 12. Carry the 1. 4 times 1 is 4, plus that 1 that we just carried is 5. Lastly, 4 times 2 is 8. Notice that all of my digits align, so I'm ready to add. 5 plus 0 is 5. 6 plus 2 is 8. 0 plus 5 is 5. And 1 plus 8 is 9. 9,585. Whoop, 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 whoop. You learned 2 great strategies to help you multiply multi-digit numbers. Feel free to pause the screen and come up with your own problems. Then rewatch and rewind if you want to make sure that you're doing it properly. We're going to finish off with a real-world problem. Let's take a look. So it says a bakery makes 24 boxes of cookies. Each box has 18 cookies. How many cookies are there in all? Well, there's a keyword that tells me exactly what operation to do. What keyword do you think that is? Good, the keyword each. Each always tells me to multiply. So it says a bakery has 24 boxes and each box has 18 cookies. I think we can write that as an equation, don't you? So let's go ahead and write 24 times 18. I'm not too familiar with solving it this way, so I'm going to stack it and attack it and then solve it like that. Or I can use the area model to figure this out. You have 2 strategies that you learned today. Pick your poison. Take a moment and pause the video. Solve this on your own, and then unpause the video to see if you got the answer correct. You should have gotten 432. Woohoo! All right, I think that's all for me, my lovelies. It is now time for you to do your reflection ticket just to see how well you picked up on today's lesson. So the first one is 27 times 14, and then the second one is 512 times 6. Use either strategy to help you solve it, and then I'm going to reveal the answers in just a second. At this time, pause the video to work these 2 problems out on your own pieces of paper, and then jump back into it and unpause the video to reveal the answer. For the first question, you should have gotten 378. And then for the second one, you should have gotten 3,072. Woo-woo! Woo-woo! Hopefully you were on the right track with these strategies. Which method helped you understand multiplication best? Was it the area model or was it the standard algorithm? Either way, they both successfully help you to multiply. So just pick your poison and rock it on through. Mission completed, my lovelies. Today, you learned how to multiply multi-digit numbers using the two strategies of the area model and the standard algorithm. You now know how each digit's place values contribute to the final product, and then you connected what you knew about basic facts to solve bigger problems. I am so proud of you. Keep on practicing both methods to build fluency and confidence. Remember, big problems are just smaller facts put together. See you next time, my lovelies, on Tutorifyx TV. Bye-bye.